What if I told you that getting rich and being happy aren't about luck at all? What if they're actually skills? Skills that you can learn? Well, that's the powerful central idea from the Almanack of Naval Ravikant, a collection of wisdom from one of the most brilliant minds out there. And today, we're going to dive deep into that. This right here, this is the big idea that changes everything. It completely reframes how we think about wealth. It's not something you hope for, like winning the lottery. Nope. It's a system you can understand and build. It's a fundamental shift from I hope I get lucky to I need to learn the rules of the game.
So if wealth and happiness are skills, then what are they? I mean, that's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Let's break down Naval's framework.
All right, here's the roadmap Naval gives us. We're going to walk through his 5 big principles. We'll start with getting the right mindset, then move on to building a skill that makes you unique, then figuring out how to multiply your impact, taking real ownership, and finally understanding the incredible power of patience.
Okay, first up is this really crucial mindset shift. This isn't just about semantics. Naval argues that you have to be aiming at the right target from the very beginning, or you'll end up in the wrong place.
And this distinction, it's everything. Just look at these definitions. Money? That's just the tool we use to move wealth around. Status? That's just your rank in the social pecking order. It's a zero-sum game. For you to win, someone else has to lose. But wealth is the real prize. It's owning assets, a business, software, investments that make money for you, even when you're not working. That's a game everyone can play and win.
And this gets right to the heart of it. Renting out your time, a salary, even a high one, will always be capped. There are only so many hours in a day, right? Real freedom, the kind Naval talks about, comes from owning equity, a piece of the pie. It's the only real way to separate your income from your time.
Okay, so if owning a piece of a business is the car that drives you to freedom, what's the engine? Well, according to Naval, the engine is something he calls specific knowledge. This is your unique skill set, the thing that makes you impossible to replace. Now, specific knowledge isn't something you get a certificate for, it's not taught in a boot camp, it's found at the intersection of your own genuine passions and your innate talents. It's something that feels like fun to you. Because think about it, if it can be taught, then it can be automated or outsourced to someone cheaper. And this question right here, this is the key to unlocking yours. Seriously, take a moment and think about it. What's the one thing you can spend hours doing that just flies by? That's not just a hobby, my friend. That's a breadcrumb trail leading you straight to your specific knowledge.
And it can be almost anything. Maybe you're naturally great with people. That's sales skills. Maybe you're just obsessed with details. Or maybe you've got a deep understanding of strategy from playing video games your whole life. You have to recognize these things as the legitimate, powerful skills they are.
And here's the beautiful outcome of all this. When you lean into what actually makes you, you're not competing anymore. You're creating. You literally step out of the rat race. Because at the end of the day, nobody can compete with you at being you. So, you've found your unique skill. That's awesome. But that skill on its own can only take you so far. To really make an impact, you need leverage. Leverage is the force multiplier. It's what takes your efforts and your judgment and blows them up to a massive scale. Archimedes figured this out thousands of years ago. It's a timeless principle. In our world, leverage is how you take your specific knowledge and get truly outsized results from it. It's how you move your world. So Naval breaks it down into 3 types. You've got labor, people working for you, that's the oldest kind. Then there's capital, money. That's what ran the 20th century. But today, the most powerful forms of leverage are code and media. Why? Because you can create a piece of software or a video once, and it can serve millions of people with almost zero extra cost. And the crucial difference here is permission. With the old forms of leverage, you needed someone's permission. You need investors to give you capital, or employees to agree to follow you. But code and media, they're permissionless. Anyone with a computer can write an app or start a YouTube channel. This is the great democratizing force of our era.
So the action item here is so clear. Learn to use these new tools. If you can't code, learn to build an audience with your words, your voice, your videos. And if you can learn to do both, well then you basically become unstoppable in this new economy. All right. You've got your unique skill, you've got leverage to scale it, but there's a third piece you need to actually capture all that value you're creating. And that piece is accountability. It means you have to be willing to put your name on your work and take risks in public.
Accountability is totally a double-edged sword. When things go great, you get the credit. But when they fail, you have to take the hit. It's risky, but it's also the only way to build a reputation, earn equity, and get the kind of trust that unlocks even more leverage. Society rewards people who are willing to stick their neck out.
And this is such a powerful and kind of brutal truth. At the end of the day, nobody cares about your good intentions. They care about your actions. Your reputation is built on what you do, not what you say you're going to do.
And now for the final ingredient that ties this all together: time. None of this works overnight. It all comes together when you commit to playing the long game, because that's what unleashes the magic of compounding.
You know, we always think about compound interest with money, but Naval's point is that it applies to everything that matters: your knowledge, your reputation, your relationships. The biggest payoffs in life come from sticking with things for a really, really long time. So your goal isn't to try 1,000 different things. It's to find that 1%, the right career, the right people, the right projects, that you can go all in on and let that compounding do its work over years and decades. Most of life is just a search for where to apply that long-term effort.
So there it is. That's the formula in a nutshell. You develop your authentic, specific knowledge. You apply massive leverage using code or media. You take accountable risks under your own name. And you do it all with a long-term perspective. And if you do that, eventually, you'll get the results you deserve.
And then Naval just leaves us with this final, really provocative thought. After the whole journey, after you've built the wealth, you might realize that the money itself wasn't really the point. The person you had to become to get there, that's the real price. And that, well, that's a thought worth sitting with for a while.